What is up, YouTube land? We're here. More Harmony of Dissonance. How you doing, YouTube land? Good? Good.
Look how good this game looks.
It's all that... Is there an official name for that,
It's just called the Recolor mod.
Recolor mod.
I still didn't look up who actually did it, so sorry about that.
Harmony of Dissonance guy. There's always, like, in the modding communities or whatever, there's always, like, one person who's super obsessed with some random game, and I'm here for it.
So, starting off, we're going back to, Castle B, the beginning, which is actually, like, the hardest, like, area in the game. These clear skulls or clear bones can still one-shot me, still. But, I'm doing stuff pretty low level, and I want to get a piece of armor. It'll make things a little tiny bit easier. And killing these guys for a level up would be pretty nice. I'm quite underleveled.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point you should still be getting some pretty good experience from these guys.
I'm not even level 20.
Oh, nice. Do you have an idea of what you're gonna finish the...
Well, there's some easy EXP farms. I almost died there. That I'll show you later. But we'll probably be like level 45. And this part will probably not even be an hour long, so it is quite fast what you can do.
Like, not even an hour long to finish the game?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I did do an hour and a half segment last time, but yeah, once you know what you're doing, and I'm like warping around with the lore key, teleport rooms and stuff.
True.
So, the War Fatigues aren't like a god tier armor, but it does increase my defense by 10 and gives me 8 strength and, 9 intelligence. The intelligence is really nice. The Gradius shield damage is based off of intelligence. But we're doing some tricky stuff, still not level 20, and I can die very easily to anything on hard mode.
Is there anything else that intelligence does in this game?
Not really.
It's not...
This game's pretty basic. Like, you have the 36 different spellbook combinations, and I think most of those are based off of intelligence.
Ah.
But your whip damage definitely isn't.
Because I remember being like, oh, cool, my intelligence is higher, I'll have a better chance at soul drops.
At least it's better than... I just finished playing a 100% playthrough of Aria Sorrow, and Red Soul damage is based off your strength and not your intelligence for some baffling reason. So, like, in that game, intelligence is, like, not worthless, but almost worthless.
Wait, does this game have soul drops?
No.
No, man, I know these games are completely different, but I oftentimes get their gimmicks confused. I think it's the simple fact that they came out within... I looked it up, it was like 18 months of each other, or less?
In Japan, these games came out in less than a year of each other.
Wow.
It was like... I think this game came out in like... I swear it was like August or September of 2002, and Aria of Sorrow came out like March of 2003. I might be wrong about that, but...
It is crazy fast, though. Well, what the heck, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this save warp really saves time, but I hate that clock tower puzzle that's in every single... Well, not puzzle, platforming room that's in every single Castlevania, where you jump on the clock... whatever it's called, and there's usually Medusa heads and spikes, and it's never fun. But we did that for the Crushing Stone, which is mandatory and also extremely good with the book, spell book combinations. But we have to do this room one more time. The place I'm going to now is Castle B, the sewers. I'm pretty sure that this place is completely optional and gives you absolutely nothing that's mandatory, but I'm mostly going down here because levels.
So this was September 2002, and Aria of Sorrow was May 2009, or 2003, I'm sorry.
Oh, May, okay.
So...
But that's still ridiculous.
8 months. That's pretty crazy. And they were working on by the same team, yeah?
Yeah.
That's...
Circle of the Moon was done by a different team, but, these guys did... Yeah, this game, Aria, And then I think they did Lament of Innocence, weirdly enough, but it didn't do any of the DS Vanias. I guess it got restructured, I'm not 100% sure.
I kind of like this area. Although, as you said, it is not necessary.
Yeah, there's some good enemies here that are easy and give a lot of experience. These melty zombies with the Gradius shield, like, just, they don't even put up a fight, but they give good experience. And I think they inflict curse, but we're already immune to curse, so it does not matter at all.
Melty zombies!
Even these, yeah, the Arabakis, they give good experience too. It's probably just because the way that the EXP works in this game is that it scales just like Symphony of the Night. So if you're really high level, things start giving you like 1 experience for everything. But since I'm so low level, everything is giving me quite a lot.
Yeah, the scaling is something I just...
These bone liquids also give a lot of experience.
Disagree with. I think that if something gives 50 experience, it should always get 50 experience. Now, I understand as you get higher levels, it costs more experience to get to a higher level. That makes a lot of sense. But, like, I don't know, imagine power leveling in Final Fantasy and being like, oh, sorry, nothing gives you...
yeah, everything's 1 experience.
You gotta defeat Emerald Weapon to get more than 1 experience.
I can sort of understand the, like, mentality of it. Like, you don't want, like, someone to just sit in the first area and then get to level 99. Although, usually only the most, like, insane people do that.
Yeah.
But it also gets to the point where if, like, you're a completionist and you're just like, I want to get to level 99. In this game, like, good luck. I don't even know how many hours that would take. Like, in Symphony of the Night, what you do is that you usually have, like a shield that has, like, an active hitbox, like the Medusa shield, or, like, the Dark shield. And literally what you do is just tape the shield button down, and then stand in a room where Medusas spawn, and you let it go for, like, 12 hours, and you wake up and it's like, hey, an extra 5 levels. Because, like, everything gives, because Medusas give 1 experience, but also, like, you get to a point where even, like, the hardest enemies give 1 experience.
Look at this. You're putting a wrench on your controller. Is this what you want to be doing with your life? From probably my favorite angry video game nerd, Terminator, the episode.
That is my favorite intro for sure. It is, like, peak perfection.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's a moment I just constantly remember. Whenever I have to do something dumb in a game, I'm like, look at this. Is this what you want to be doing with your life?
It really is perfect.
And the answer is, no.
But yeah, in general, the Gradius shield just lets you, like, kill things just so fast. Obviously, you have to get, like, really close to them, but you have to do that anyway to whip them. Just slightly closer.
Oh man, and I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I keep getting confused between Harmony and Arya, since I played them both within a month of each other. Is this one only whips, or do you get other weapons?
It's just whips.
Okay, so Arya, you get other weapons.
Yes.
I understand why you would keep it with just whips, but I will say that is something I always enjoyed about Symphony and Arya as well. Just having, like, being able to choose, like, oh, I want this slow battle axe, you know, better.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think as long as a weapon is fun to use and it's not, like, doesn't feel like it's garbage, then I'm fine with only one weapon type. I think the whip in this game is, like, fine. Obviously, they supplement it with the spell books. In fact, the spell books really make a lot of this game possible at all. I want to get MP back. So a lot of bosses in this, like, portion of the game, like the second half, are optional, but I'll just do them all. Experience and also fun.
What is that? What is fun?
Get away. Okay.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, both the legions in this game, Saint and Corpse, are both optional.
Is this the one that it has a big room to go around, or that's probably Corpse then?
Probably Corpse, yeah.
There's one that took me forever to fight. Ooh, changed it up. My god.
Oh my god. So one thing you can do with the Crushing Stone, when you charge it up with the Wind Book, you can also do this with the Yellow Book. It activates the damage stacking glitch that I explained last part. And if you are like a complete newbie to this game, literally all you have to do with the Wind Book is activate it. You have to get really close to the enemy. But just get really close, usually just crouch to make your hitbox smaller, and you will activate the damage stack glitch just automatically.
You know, oddly,
it is so easy.
I've always viewed this type of game, like a Metroidvania kind of thing, as like not a newbie type of game at all, no matter how easy or hard it is. It just seems like anyone who has any sort of casualness about them is like probably not going to play it. Just because it involves like a lot of exploration and no hand holding and all that kind of stuff.
And also, this game is hard AF.
Yeah, even if it was like an easier one, like Arya's, I think if I remember correctly, an easier game. I just can't imagine someone who's like, yeah, I play Madden and COD and FIFA and whatever, being like, oh yeah, Aria of Sorrow. Like I can't imagine it. Or even someone who's like less casual and is like, I enjoy Sony-made games like Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. I still couldn't imagine them like playing this.
Oh, he's already dead. Holy crap.
Wow. Speaking of games like this, Ferris is almost at the max of Hollow Knight, 112%. I'm glad that he got further in that game than I did, because once I saw the end game of it, I was like, oh, I'm not finishing this game. Because it's like literally just like boss rush after boss rush after boss rush.
Yeah, it becomes very boss rush centric.
And I was like, well, if I beat this game, I'd like to get 100% on it. And I got to the point where seeing that, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna want to 100% this game. It's cool. I like it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's still a pretty solid game. But I'm glad Castlevania isn't like, if you want 100%, you gotta boss rush a billion things.
Yeah, and obviously it's a 2D game, so it's not super comparable, but it almost feels like Dark Souls 2 in ways.
It is very different.
Where it's so boss-centric, and I don't know. I completed that game and did all this special stuff for all the non-DLC stuff, but I even had the version with the DLC, but once I finished like the true secret boss or whatever, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, and that's another.
It's a good game,
it
but
just
like,
keeps
man, does it get so much praise.
It just keeps going with like the, I don't want to say power creep, but kind of like, this is the final boss. No, this is the final boss. No, this is the secret final boss. And I'm like, I get it. It's like DBZ. It's like there's always someone stronger. Okay, we get it. Again, not a bad game. Just more of like, I am not finishing this. Because it does the thing that I really like in games like that, where you like, it's kind of like Brave Fencer Musashi, where you rescue someone and they're like, I'm going to appear in the town and help you. Like, that's one of my favorite things ever. Soul Blazer on Super Nintendo, Brave Fencer Musashi, Bloodstained, what is it, Ritual of the Night, that one does it. I love that.
Yeah, and most of the, I guess you call them like the Egavanias, all the Metroidvanias made by him, always do that.
Yep.
Where there's like some sort of like cop-out bad ending, but then something like a cool true ending that like if you explore everything and piece the clues together, you can like understand it. But they don't like hold your hand for it.
Speaking of that, MK's bracelet is one of the things you need to get the good ending.
Yeah, you have to do a lot even to get the bad ending in this. It's not like Symphony of the Night where you can like kill Richter and then you can skip half the game. In this, you have to do like almost everything and get like the crush boots and everything.
You just, at least for me, because I was like, I'm not looking anything up. And then I got the bad ending, because I got to the final boss, the quote-unquote final boss, and I was like, yeah, I bet they're doing the thing like in Symphony of the Night where I'm just going to kill him. And I did. And I was like, okay, I need some random item. And I had to look it up, and it was like, you need to wear these 2 bracelets. And I was like, yeah, I probably wanted to figure that out. I'm also kind of stupid, but I also would not have figured that out.
I can't believe you, like, found all of Vlad's remains. I guess if you just 100% everything, you just naturally find them, but...
Do you need to have all of that? Is that this game?
Yeah, there's 3 endings in this game. To unlock the Castle B, like, Dracula room, you need to get all 6 remains.
Yeah, but you can beat it before you do that, right? You just kill Maxim, yeah?
Yeah, that's in Castle A, but
that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had to... That Dracula remain that you just got by destroying the wall in the save room, I do not think I got. And one other one, too.
Yeah, this game has actually, like, barely any, like, breakable walls, but that is, like, one of the...
Like, that's obvious, what you're standing there, but I totally missed that one.
Yeah. But the one with the Dracula remains is the only breakable, like, wall to another room, and then there's one other secret room, but that's just, like, a high jump in some random save room. Okay, so really hard boss, but hopefully I don't die. Let's equip... No. Let's equip... Guardian Helm again. Okay.
Is this the hardest?
No, it's not the hardest. The problem is that on hard mode, everything does the million damage, and I need to get really, really close to do the damage stack glitch.
Oh.
Almost died there.
It was almost like the Earthbound thing where you didn't die because it was going down, you know, too slow relatively.
Yeah, possibly.
Wow. Yeah, you can tell when you hit it.
And bosses have so much health on hard mode. You saw, like, how much damage I was doing. Just imagine me doing that, like, legitimately. Lydia!
Hi, waifu. She is not in the, Castlevania anime. Yo, a super awesome character appears in the very last second of the first season of the new one, Castlevania Nocturne, and I was like, "Aw, yeah, folks." It was one of those things where, and I'm not giving anything away, it was one of those moments where it's like the all is lost moment where you're like, oh my god, how are the good guys not going to die here, you know? And then someone appears and you're like, based.
That's pretty cool. I should probably watch that someday.
I won't give it away. It's one of those things I want to talk about, but I'm also like, it's just kind of cool when it happens.
Oh, going back to the ending talk, the reason why I thought you were talking about the one ending is that there's a very distinctive bad ending in this game, and that's the one where you have the 6 remains and you kill Maxim without the bracelets, and everyone dies except for Juiced, including Lydia. But if you do the normal ending, that's not the bad ending, because Maxim dies, but Lydia is fine. And I think that ending's completely fine. Maxim sucks.
I mean, it's his fault everything's happening.
Yeah. Okay, this boss is brutal. His like ball and chain thing is so annoying. It constantly gets in the way, and he always jumps back when he gets hit sometimes. And I almost died right there.
Silo. Oh.
It's like I have like pretty good defense, and he's just doing like 130 damage to me.
Yeah, when you have literally 311.
This boss is also 100% optional. I'm not even going to go into the reward room because it's just the skill tip, which is just a worse platinum tip, which I already have.
Based.
Excellent.
So on Thursday, I went to an NFL game in Baltimore. It was the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and I went with my 2 friends. I don't know if you remember Ricky Zelafro from high school. I think he was in your same level, maybe a year younger.
Probably recognize his face.
Anyway, I went with two friends who are both Bengals fans, and they've never been to an NFL game. And I was like, oh, it's Bengals. This is perfect. Let's go.
Oops.
And not only did the Ravens win, but the quarterback of the Bengals, Joe Burrow, who's like one of the best quarterbacks in the league for sure, broke a ligament in his wrist and is out for the season now.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, hey guys, did you have fun? And it was like a good time, but it's still like, did you have fun, guys? Did you enjoy the loss? And then the loss of your... So now the season's like over. In the NFL, if your like star quarterback goes down, you're just done. Like,
were they actually sad?
It was just more of like... Yeah, Bengals fans are used to misery, so they're like, yeah, it sounds about right. Like,
they always seem like they're the worst team in the league every year.
Yeah, they got to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and they lost on, like, literally the very last play. And it's like, of course. What was I going to say? So yeah, they're really used to it. And it was actually kind of, like, cool in a way. We actually had less information than, like, people at home. Because apparently on the play, he threw a touchdown pass, and apparently he immediately started, like, grabbing his wrist, and it was, like, obvious something was weird. But we didn't see that. We just saw, like, a touchdown pass, and we're like, oh, heck yeah. And then we were looking down on the sideline, and we were like, wait, why is that guy warming up? It was the backup, who, like, nobody ever heard of. We were like, why is number 6 warming up? What's he doing? And then literally, like, we had to, like, find out, like, secondhand after, like, all of America knew.
Wow.
Because, like...
I guess it's the bad thing about being on a live
at the Ravens stadium, they're not going to be like, and Joe Burrow is hurt and going to the locker room, right? Like, they're not going to say that. So, literally, we were like, what is going on here? And they were like, coming in to play quarterback, number 6, some guy. And we were like, So, it's cool. I like the experience. I would I'll say this. I would much rather stay at home and watch. I got home at literally 3 a.m. The game started at 8:15. The game ended at, like, 11:45.
Was it super cold? Or was it the night that wasn't that bad?
It was pretty nice, actually. It was, like, 50 degrees. I wore a jean jacket, and I took it off, like, for most of the game, because I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of nice. We didn't get to leave the parking garage we were at for, like, 45 minutes. So we just had, like, a poor man's tailgate in that we literally just had some, like, food in the back of our friend's car. And we were like, I guess we're not going anywhere. Let's have some more food. Because we could see, like, the line. We were on the top, the roof. And literally there were cars backed up to the roof to go out. And we were like, I guess we are not going anywhere.
So these skeleton classes give a lot of experience. Let's check. I have 16, 22. 1 kill gives like 400, 300. So yeah, I'm going to go back and forth in this room like a couple times. And they die instantly to the Greatest Shield.
That's pretty awesome.
Anyway, continue your base story.
Well, now I'm up to 8 out of 32 stadiums. And I would like eventually to go to all of them. Although I'm getting to the point where I've done almost all the ones that are close.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So it's going to become like increasingly tougher.
Is there ones in Canada or is that like just...
No, there's none in Canada. So that's nice.
Is that baseball?
I do, yeah, that's baseball. And basketball, actually. I do not have a passport, so, I mean, not that I could not just get one, but I don't feel like going to Canada. The next two I want to go to are the one in Washington, D.C. and Pittsburgh Steelers, which Steelers one is going to be base because I don't like the Steelers, but that's a really good like football town and stadium and all that stuff. So the only 2 years I didn't go to a single game was 2020 for obvious reasons, and 2022 just because I didn't feel like it.
So this is the room where if you have high jump, there's a hidden room up there. And in Castle A, I think it's you get the spell book.
Wow.
Or the
How are you supposed to know?
How are you supposed to know? I don't know. It's the most. This game has almost no like secret rooms or breakable walls except for the one blood remain in that one room. Everything else is like very fair, so it's extra baffling.
And for those wondering, My favorite stadium is that I've seen is the Detroit Lions Stadium. Why? Not because it's in Detroit. That part was not based. But because it's a dome, and domes are based. Like, you just go in, you're like, I don't have to worry about being cold. I don't have to worry about any nonsense.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about it wind blowing in your face all day.
And especially the tickets we get are like, I think at the Ravens game we were like 6 rows from the very top of the stadium. So like it's gonna be way windier and colder than it is, floor level or sea level or whatever.
So this Legion Corpse is a very weird boss. I don't think any other Castlevania has a Legion Corpse in it. And look how weird. I mean, you can barely see because it's always green. But like, it's such a weird enemy. It's like it has like some skeleton in the middle and like a big gaping. Kind of looks like a thing you recognize.
Yeah. Rip. I was thinking of the Legion boss from Aria of Sorrow, by the way. The one that's like in a huge room.
Yeah, and it has like a face on it. That one's also kind of unique.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Another completely optional. Okay, I forgot to get the bloody glove, but that's fine. I was wondering why my defense was so low.
Is Legion the boss in Symphony of the Night where it's like decaying and like falling apart, or is that something else? No, I'm thinking of it's like a big beast.
It's a big corpse, and I think it's Beelzebub.
That makes sense. That is like my favorite Castlevania boss.
It's
just
really cool.
From the look of it, is so awesome. Oh, and the one last thing to say about the stadiums is the one thing I will say that is cool but not cool about domes is, oh my god, it gets so loud. Like normally, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, Trev, but the whole like point of like the football is like they have to like call in their plays and be like, "Hey, Mike 50-60, you got to run this route. You got to run this route." So when you're the home team, you like make a lot of noise, right? Remember from high school football and stuff. Yeah. But normally it's like, okay, it's loud. Oh man, in that dome, it was absolutely brutal, and their seats are like metallic. So just imagine people just constantly going and banging their feet on the ground and whatever. I literally was like, I forget what I used, like paper out of my pocket or something, and had to make like ear.
Yeah, because all the sound would just rebound off of everything.
Yeah,
especially,
it was ridiculous.
What were they thinking with metal seats?
I have no idea. It was either metal seats or the ground was metal, so when people like put their feet down, it was like da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh my god, it's so loud. And at that point I was at like 4 or 5 NFL games before, so I knew what it was like, but holy crap. It's pretty cool. I like the stuff. I would not recommend it unless you're hardcore. There is really not that many things that are better than the equivalent than you can do at home nowadays. Like, I hate to say it, but it's true. I would have to go to a concert that I really, really love the band to, like, go to the concert because it's just so annoying. Like, just so much work, so much driving.
Yeah, the driving is really the thing that takes me off. Not even just the price. I hate driving. Or even just being in a car. It's either annoying and a waste of time or just a waste of time, and I hate both of those things.
And where we are, generally the closest thing that's going to be like a really big concert, like if I was like, I want to see Metallica or whatever, would be like an hour or 30 minutes. Like, things exist near us, but it's going to be like not concerts that you're like, oh, I've heard of this band. Just concerts you're like, I need something to do. Would be more of the stuff around here. So yeah, you just like have... Well, we literally left for an 8 p.m. game. We left at about 4. Just because we were like, there's going to be crazy traffic, and we have to walk to the stadium and all that stuff. So I was gone for like 12 hours. So it was super fun, but not something... I don't know how people do it like literally 8 or 9 times a year. Like, I understand a lot of these people have live close with season tickets, but man... No thanks. That's an awful lot.
Being at home is based. That's what I have to say.
I'd see a concert if it was like a Castlevania symphony. I'd see that. Really, nowadays, if I would go to any concert, that would be like, is there? That's my first question I ask. If someone's like, "Do you want to go to this concert?" I'm like, "Is there seating or is it general admission standing room?" And if it's general admission standing room, the answer is almost always going to be like no. It would have to be like, "Hey, the band Pixies are back and Kim is back at bass." I'd be like, "All right, I will consider going to your concert where you have to stand." But a sitting concert where, like, you can guarantee you have, like, a seat and whatever, oh, yeah. I'd go to that. It could be a Korn concert. In fact, I would go to a Korn concert anyway, but it could be a Nickelback concert, and I'd be like, sure, as long as I don't have to pay, I'll go to this concert if I can sit. Whatever.
Yep.